Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Daily Motion, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Thursday, February 5th, 2015, around 7 in the morning in Belleville, Massachusetts. Snowing out a little bit. It's supposed to be a coating to 2 inches around the Boston area. More out of the Worcester Hills where we could see up to 5 inches of snow, and the temperature is going to go downwards, and downwards. Freezing, and bundle up. Some news to report. The Boston Celtics beat the Denver Nuggets by a score of 104-100. The New York Rangers beat the Boston Bruins by a score of 3-2. And the Notre Dame men's basketball team beat BC by a score of 71-63. And it's Happy National Weather Person Day. And thank your local weather person. Send Facebook messages saying Happy Weather Person Day and stuff like that. Special, Happy Weather Person Day to the owner of BellRecca.com, Dave Weatherman Bruce. And Happy National Weather Person Day to Julie Broughton, Local 6, Orlando, Florida. And that's about it on that. My first video subject of the day is the continuation series of Top 10 Everything and Everything. I've reached the top 10 greatest starrcade matches of all time. Starrcade was a big NWA WCW supercard that lasted from 1983 to 2000. It was the granddaddy of them all for wrestling supercards. Here are the top 10 matches in starrcade history. Number 10 on this list is Vader versus Ric Flair for the WCW World title at Starrcade 93 in Charlotte, North Carolina. This match was billed if Ric Flair did not win the WCW World title, he was going to retire from the world of professional wrestling. This match was awesome, and it was a one-match show at Starrcade 1993 between Flair and Vader. Ric Flair won this match, and he won his 11th world title. Number 9 on the all-time list of greatest starrcade matches of all time. Dusty Rhodes against Lex Luger for the NWA US title at Starrcade 1987. This was a great steel cage match. It's probably one of the best matches Dusty and Lex Luger would wrestle. Johnny Weaver was the keeper of the key of this cage, and he was attacked by J.J. Dillon, manager of Luger at the time. Rhodes won this match by beating Luger. If Rhodes did not win the U.S. title, he was not going to wrestle for 120 days. But I know when that stipulation came out that Dusty was going to take the U.S. title. And this match also planted the seeds of Lex Luger to turn face and against the Horsemen. Number 8 on the all-time list of greatest starrcade matches of all time. Rowdy Piper against Greg the Hammer Valentine at Starrcade 1983 and a dog collar match. This was a non-title match, and this feud started when Valentine beat Piper for the U.S. title due to excessive bleeding and hearing loss by Piper. That's what the storyline says, and they were building this up. This dog collar match was brutal and stuff. Like Valentine was beating up on the ear, focusing on the ear, and Piper lost his equilibrium, but Piper won the match by wrapping Valentine's legs in the dog collar. It was a great match. Number 7 on the all-time list of greatest starrcade matches of all time. Lex Luger against Stan Hansen for the WCW US title at Starrcade 90 in a bullrope match. Stan was the defending US champion. This was a great bullrope match, back and forth and stuff like that. Almost Stan Hansen won the match and retained the title, but Luger at the end took back the US title. It was a competitive match. It probably was the best match on Starrcade 90 to save that whole embarrassment for the Black Scorpion angle, but that's has to be in the past. Number 6 on the all-time list of greatest Starrcade matches of all time, Jack and Jerry Brisco, the Brisco brothers, against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Jay Youngblood for the NWA World Tag Team titles at Starrcade 83. This was a great tag team match. The special guest referee for this match was Angelo King Kong Mosca, and he called it down the middle. It was a back and forth match. Steamboat and Youngblood won to regain NWA World Tag Team titles. This was a build-up for a months-long feud between Steamboat and Youngblood against the Brisco brothers, when the Brisco brothers turned heel on Steamboat and Youngblood in a great scientific tag team match and stuff like that. And when the Briscoes attacked Mosca, I thought we were going to see like the Brisco brothers against Angela Mosca Sr. and Angela Mosca Jr. because Angela Mosca Jr. was coming into the Mid-Atlantic area. Angela Mosca Jr. was the 1983 PWI Rookie of the Year, but we never got to see that feud. Number 5 on the all-time list of greatest Starrcade matches of all time, Goldberg against Kevin Nash for the WCW World title at Starrcade 1988. This match ended Goldberg's streak of 173-0 with interference by Bam Bam Bigelow and Scott Hall, who used the taser on Goldberg. This was a great match and stuff like that. I really thought Goldberg was going to continue his undefeated streak, but it didn't, and this was probably the beginning of the end of WCW when Goldberg's streak ended, because what were you going to do next with Goldberg? Kevin Nash only held the title for the week before he lost it to the finger poke of doom. Number 4 on the all-time list of greatest Starrcade matches of all time, Ric Flair against Dusty Rhodes for the NWA World title at Starrcade 1985. This was a very, very great match. One of the best matches Rhodes and Flair would ever wrestle in this series of matches. The finish was kind of a dusty finish. The Andersons interfered early and on, and the referee got knocked out, but Dusty came back and pinned Flair with a second referee. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's so happy that Dusty Rhodes is the NWA World Champion, but a few days later on television they had to reverse the decision because the original referee Tommy Young got knocked out by Flair, and he disqualified Flair, and you can't win a title in professional wrestling by disqualification. I think they did that to for Dusty Rhodes winning the NWA World title to keep the fans happy while leaving the arena, but this was a great match. Number 3 on the all-time list of greatest Starrcade matches of all time, the Midnight Express against the Road Warriors at Starrcade 86 in a scaffold night match. The night of the Skywalkers. This scaffold match was amazing. Lots of big bumps, crazy bumps. Legend had it that Road Warrior Hawk was wrestling with a broken ankle, but he didn't get seriously hurt in this match, and the Road Warriors won this match. And then after the match, Jim Cornette takes a big bump on the scaffold and blows out both his knees. Amazing. Number 2 on the all-time list of greatest Starrcade matches of all time, Ric Flair against Harley Race for the NWA World title at Starrcade 1983 in a steel cage match with Gene Kineski, Canada's greatest athlete, as a special troubleshooting referee. This match was a build-up to the month-long feud with Race and Flair, and Flair was taken out by Bob Orton and Dick Slater. Flair announced his retirement, but it was a ploy because he came back with a baseball bat, and then they continued the build-up with Flair and Race. Very hard-fought match, back and forth. Gene Kineski was getting involved a lot with Flair and Race and stuff like that, and the ending had Ric Flair go off the top rope and do a flying body press on Race, and 1, 2, 3, Ric Flair wins the NWA World title for a second time, and Gordon Solie famous quote for this match: 1, 2, 3. He did it! Ric Flair has just defeated 7-time world champion Harley Race, and he acknowledges the crowd. This was the second best starrcade match of all time, but the number one best starrcade match of all time was Sting against Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the WCW World title at Starrcade 1997. After a year of build-up between Sting and Hulk Hogan through a lot of Monday Nitro skits at the end of the match, Sting did not wrestle once in 1997 until Starrcade 1997. And this match was very great, very drama, and Hogan supposedly retained the title by beating Sting with a fast 1-2-3 count by Nick Patrick, but Bret the Hitman Hart came down and knocked out Nick Patrick, and then he restarted the match, and some NWO guys interfered, but Sting put the Scorpion Death Lock on Hogan, and Hogan tapped out, and Sting's the new WCW World Champion, and all the WCW wrestlers who weren't affiliated with the NWO came down and cheered with Sting. Very great match. It was probably the best moment in WCW history, and also the greatest arcade match. Well, I'll be back later. Facebook friends and YouTube followers today for 2 more video blogs. The first video blog will be about Sports Center, ESPN Sports Center, and the last one will be about the designated hitter. Have a good day, everybody.